Every summer, people blow their budget without even realizing it. One minute, they're just sipping a nice iced coffee on a patio, telling themselves that they'll just keep it chill this summer. Nothing too crazy. And then the next thing they know, they're financing a last-minute trip to Cancun or whatever fancy place the kids are going these days and wondering why their emergency fund is, grasping for air. Summer's fun, but it's also expensive. Travel, concerts, birthdays, road trips, impulse Amazon orders. There's just so many ways to spend money in June, July, August, September. And if you're not intentional about it, you'll derail your financial goals for the rest of the year way before Labor Day even hits. And the biggest trap is that summer feels like a free pass. It's warm. Your friends are making plans. Your feed is full of people posting pool days, beach trips, and suddenly you're caught up in the vibe. And when the vibe takes over, discipline takes a back seat. So let me walk you through a real, simple solution to budget for your summer vacation and still have fun without waking up broke in September, maybe just hungover. Now, there are 3 phases to this: plan, monitor, and adjust. Most people only think about the fun parts: where to go, what to wear, what to post, what to eat, and they skip the boring stuff like bank statements and budgeting, but this is exactly why they end up regretting their spending, So let's fix that. Start with planning. May's ideal, but even June works if you're realistic. Step 1 is awareness. Pull up your transactions from last summer. Go from June through August and look at every single thing. Not just the trip to Miami or the Airbnb with friends. I mean, all the little things. Uber rides, brunches, rooftop bars, ice cream runs, dog boarding, concert tickets, last-minute swimsuits. Add it all up. I promise it's way more than you think. Most people have no idea how much the small stuff really adds up. It's what crushes them. A few $40 dinners here, $200 impulse flights there, and boom, $2,000 gone before you even notice. Now look at where you are right now. Ask yourself 2 things. 1, how much do I already have saved that I'd be okay with spending this summer? And 2, for my take-home pay, what can I realistically contribute to summer without falling behind on rent, debt payments, long-term savings goals, baby fund, everything else? And be honest. Summer's not the time to lie to yourself. Once you have that number, then you know what you're working with. Let's say it's $1,200 total. That's your sandbox. You don't go over it. No, maybe I'll put this on my credit card and worry about later. Use some Klarna. No. Next step, map out your summer. Start by listing the non-negotiables. These are the things that really matter to you. Maybe it's a family trip, a wedding, or just a weekend getaway that'll let you recharge, a fishing trip or something. Then, make a second tier list. These are nice to haves. The random lake day, a friend's birthday dinner, and maybe a concert. Then the third tier is for things that you could skip. That 4th brunch of the week, an overpriced music festival that you're not even that excited about, or another haul from some influencer's Amazon list. Now assign actual prices to these. Estimate everything: travel, food, clothes, Uber, drinks, pet sitters, activities. And definitely factor in things like daily spending while traveling. Not just the flights and the hotel, but the meals, coffees, tours, tips, sunscreen, airport, snacks, merch, clothes, whatever. All of it. Now total it up and compare it to your budget. If there's a gap, start trimming from the bottom tier first and protect your top priorities. Now here's the trick I use. Create a fake ideal summer month calendar and actually block out weekends or events and put rough dollar amounts next to each one. Helps you kind of visualize the flow of spending so you don't spend 70% of your money in June and then white knuckle it through August. Now, let's take a second and break it down by vacation type, because not all trips are created equal. If you're doing a solo trip, the cost can be lower, but you're carrying 100% of the burden. There's no one to split Ubers with, food, a room. For a group trip, you might save on shared costs, but then these can be the most dangerous for overspending because you'll be with other people that might be ordering drinks, like it's a bachelor party, and suddenly, your half dinner is $84. Then there's family vacations, which come with their own costs. Kids, extra bags, tickets, snacks, more space, more stress. You need to be hyper realistic about these. If you're hosting family or coordinating multiple people, give yourself a buffer. Your first budget, you're always going to miss something. Now, once summer hits, it's all about monitoring. The best plan in the world doesn't matter if you're not tracking. Set a weekly check-in, Sunday night. Look at what you spent. Take 15 minutes. Ask, am I still on track? What is coming up next week? Can I afford it? If you're already 80% of the way through your budget by July 10th, it's time to pivot. And here's where most people fail. They get emotional. They feel guilty. So they say, screw it, and they just keep spending and they go ham. Don't do that. You're not bad at money, you just need a course correction. And this is where creativity helps. Instead of canceling fun altogether, find lower cost swaps. Swap dinners out for a themed potluck. Trade a road trip for a local event. Hit free concerts, community pool days, or parks with friends. And if you don't want to feel broke, stop spending like you're rich. Simple. One thing that throws a lot of people off is friend pressure. You need to get comfortable saying, that sounds fun, but it's not really in my budget right now. Most people respect it, and if they don't, they're not really your friends. You need to find new friends. You don't need to explain your whole financial situation. Just hold your boundary. Make sure you have that boundary. If you're in a group chat, everyone is planning something that is out of your range, suggest an alternative, or simply pass. Being honest about your limits up front prevents awkwardness later when you're trying to split a $400 dinner 4 ways and your part was a salad and water. Now let's talk credit cards. If you use them, make sure you're getting rewards, cashback, points, free nights, and use those tools at your disposal. But if you're carrying a balance or spending more than you can pay off, stop using those cards, period. You can't be trusted. That free vacation, it's going to cost you way more than you think when those interest rates really start to kick in. Towards the end of the summer, around August and early September, it's time to reflect. Look at your budget. Did you stay on track? Where'd you slip? And what caught you off guard? Was it at a panic, Target run, a surprise birthday trip? Write it down. Not in your head, actually document it. And if you don't, you're just going to make the same mistake every year. Every summer has patterns. You can either learn from them or you can keep pretending that it's just bad luck and it won't happen again next year. If you went over budget, don't spiral. Zoom out. Look at your year as a whole. Can you cut back in the fall? Skip some extras in September? Delay a bigger purchase to rebalance? This is what managing your money like an adult looks like. Adjusting in real time. And if you nailed your summer budget, that's amazing. Reroute that leftover money into your next goal or into your savings, maybe some investments, but maybe that's a winter trip, gifts, just rebalancing your emergency fund. But let's say you completely went off the rails. You maxed out your card, you tapped into your savings, and now you're stressed and you're pulling your hair out. First, take a deep breath. It happens. Second, make a damage report. How much over budget did you go? What's the real gap? Then make a quick 60-day recovery plan, or 90 if you really screwed up. Cut back on dining out, pause subscriptions, take on some extra shifts, side gigs, sell something that you don't use, your Pokemon cards. Your goal is not to punish yourself, it's to rebalance so summer debt doesn't bleed into fall and keep continuing onward. Now let's get into actual budgeting methods. The 50-30-20 rule is pretty popular. It's pretty simple. 50% of your spending should go to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. This works great for salaried workers with a predictable, stable income, but if your summer is heavy on the wants, that 30% can disappear really fast. So be proactive. If you want more spending room in July, reduce your lifestyle creep in May and June. Zero-based budgeting is for people who like control. You assign every dollar a job before the month begins. It's amazing for discipline, but it takes way more effort. Still, it gives you the clearest picture of your money, and it forces you to justify every single expense. Envelope budgeting is old school, but effective. You just set a spending limit for each category, travel, dining out, shopping, and once that envelope is empty, you're done. You can do this physically with cash or digitally using apps or just a Google Sheets. And it's great for visual learners or people who tend to overspend. Honestly, the method, it doesn't matter. It's the discipline that matters. Pick the one that you'll actually follow. The most effective budget is not the most sophisticated one. It's the one that fits into your life and your style and keeps you out of financial regret. Now, before we wrap up, here's some common summer money traps to avoid. 1, keeping up with the Joneses. Or I guess these days it's keeping up with the Kardashians. Just because your friends are going to Greece doesn't mean that you need to book a trip to Tulum. 2, forgetting about travel friction costs. You're not just paying for the flight. You're paying for the Uber to the airport, the bag fees, the dog sitter, the drinks at the bar, the hotel taxes. Add it all up. 3, assuming that you'll cut back next month. You probably won't. Habits matter way more than intentions. You can have an amazing summer without blowing up your bank account. All it takes is a little bit of planning, some boundaries, and a willingness to say no to the stuff that doesn't matter to you. So that way you can say yes to the stuff that actually does. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, and let me know in the comments below, what's your method for budgeting for summer vacations? Do you have a method? Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.